howdy. Welcome to the Brother Sister Show, a family-owned and operated podcast where two siblings keep in touch by talking about movies. I'm Olivia, this is Ari, and then this is...
I'm Anthony. What's up? How we doing? I was waiting for a response from you guys. The
doing
audience.
Great. Oh, Ari's fine. Look at him.
Yeah, Ari's doing good. So we're here. We're in person yet again. Our schedules aligned. It came in...
Oh, to be at my apartment?
Yeah.
I'm always here.
I know, but like I was in town. So
there you
perfect timing to talk about a perfect movie.
Oh yeah, did I say that? We're going to talk about Malignant?
We're going to talk about Malignant, but before we do that, what's up? What's new?
Nothing much. I have a puppy.
Yeah? Yeah, I've met him.
He's so cute.
He's so tiny.
His name is Randall. Or Randy.
Randy.
Should we bring him?
Yeah, go ahead, bring him.
Sebastian, can you bring the puppy or is he asleep? Oh, never mind. Maybe later.
Yeah, I'll get some footage and throw it into the video. So he is very cute, you guys.
He's tiny.
So tiny.
Please bring the child.
The child. If you're comfortable being, I don't know if you want to be on camera or not, or.
Can you just like...
Yeah.
Should you just show him to camera and then leave?
If you want, yeah, you just put him on the camera.
Just put him in front of the camera and then leave.
That's it. You can move the... Oh, there he is, the boy.
Randy.
My
boy.
The camera does not do it any justice. Like, he's tiny.
So tiny. Well, he's the biggest thing in the shot right now. But he's tiny. Come here, baby. Come here.
Yeah, so this is first time meeting him.
Shot of him walking into the...
He's so tiny.
Do you want to sniff the mic?
Randall's first words.
Can you hear him?
I don't know. I don't have the headphones on.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Can you hear him right now?
I cannot.
Oh, he's my little baby.
Yeah, so tell us, are you going to give him back?
Oh, what do you want to know?
As the story. How'd you got him?
So we knew that we wanted to adopt a dog because we already have a cat, as y'all already saw him. And we weren't planning, we didn't think we'd be able to find a puppy because, like I said, we wanted to adopt. We didn't want to buy one. But then we found an organization called SNP SA. I don't know what it sounds for, Yikes. What it stands for.
What do you sound for?
I don't know what it because it's an acronym, but I have no idea what it means. But yeah, they had a puppy that just had a litter and he was in it. Oh, look at the meeting. Hopefully he doesn't hiss at him. Okay. Good job. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they had a litter and he was in it and he's the smallest one of the bunch. As you can tell, he's really tiny. Yeah. And then I went to go pick him up because somebody brought him back because I guess they just didn't realize how much
too tiny.
A puppy. Maybe, I don't know. She already had a dog apparently. So, I'm sad. I mean, kind of like sad it didn't work out with her, but I'm glad it did or it didn't because now he's ours.
Yeah.
He's very good. He's a very good boy. Yeah, he's like almost 3 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you said he was born in like June, right? Yeah,
June 20th. Yeah. Him and Ari are getting along pretty well. As you saw, they had a little meeting. Cats usually, sometimes they'll hiss at them, but it's not a huge deal.
Right.
Because they haven't like fought or anything. And yeah, they're
That's
good
exciting.
boys.
That's exciting. I love
So I'm a mother
dogs.
of 2 now.
Mother of 2.
It's getting cold.
Yeah, it is cold in here. A bit nippy.
Good.
I looked it up. SNPs. I couldn't find the acronym. Like it wasn't on their website. I think it's like, is it not for like neutering?
Yeah, I think. I don't know why I don't know anything about it. I should know more about it, but I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's cool. Is that it? That's all that's new? Just Randy?
Mostly. I mean, it is true that puppies are a lot of work. So I've just been at home. That's why I keep calling people. Like I called JT the other day and I was like, yeah, I'm really bored.
Well, yeah, because you need to like update his shots, right?
Yeah. And I don't want to yeah, we were not supposed to take him to like dog parks, and I think we can. I've looked it up online, and there's like a big debate about it, and I'm just gonna wait till we take him to the vet. Because he already is house trained. Like he's only had a couple of accidents, but that was mostly
right.
I mean, for a puppy, that's not too bad.
He seems pretty chill.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, you said you only had one accident.
He sleeps through the night.
That's nice.
The only thing is like whenever we put him in the crate, he cries a lot just because he wants to be with us, which is like not a huge deal. I mean, whenever he slept at the foster home or like the home he was at, he slept with his mom, and so I think he's just like missing her.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
He's good though. Oh, okay. Please don't hit my mic. Yeah. And yeah, Ari, this is the first time I've been in this room for
so he's excited.
Yeah, he's got to. I mean, he goes and sometimes like sits with us, but because I work from home and I'm home all the time, he like I'm the only one who takes care of him for a good chunk of time, so I have to be mostly in that room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he's annoyed at you for getting
Ari? For sure. I think right now, I think he's just happy that, like I said, I'm in this room and hanging out with him, but I for sure can tell that he's kind of mad at me.
A little salty.
Yeah. I mean, he usually will sit right here, but he won't right now. And I think it's because we're recording, but I also think he's just mad at me.
Your old news, pal. Your old news. That's cool.
I'm excited. Fun. I think they're going to get along pretty soon. I bet you by the next time we record, they're going to be like napping together.
Best pals. Yeah.
See, he's like all up on you, not even acknowledging me.
He's never done this before. I've watched you so many times, pal. Well, that's cool. Excited for you.
Thank you.
New things.
He's a good boy.
Yeah. Have you watched anything? I mean, besides...
Oh, do you want to see what's new with you? And then we can go on our letterbox?
Yeah. Not much. I tested negative for COVID.
You got tested?
Yeah, it's like my school had a mandatory thing, which is cool because I think if you didn't get tested, they would like you would get expelled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I will say A&M did a pretty good job of
that's cool
of incentivizing at least. Well, like it was kind of like mandated to get tested at the very least, and they're incentivizing getting vaccinated. There's like scholarships for drawings.
That's good. They're doing the most they can without being like, you have to get a vaccine.
Yeah. Cause like I'll walk around campus cause I walk around a lot. Just cause it's such a big campess and classes
I picture you walking around with like your arms like behind your back. Just like looking around.
I'm not like a visitor. I'm there I'm there for a specific reason.
Okay. Well, you know how they say always date your wife, like always visit your college.
always visit your college.
Always be a tourist in your town.
I just see the signs are like highly suggestly. We're in college. Strongly suggest you wear a mask, but no one does it. The buses get so packed. I thought I was going to for sure test positive, but
that's good.
Happy to say as of now.
Not yet. COVID.
Not today. Nice try though. Because they've tried for sure.
Nice try though.
Nice try, bro.
Oh man.
But that's pretty much it. Just school. We're just like ramping up. I started waking up early so I can start just having like more time in the day.
You know what's good for like having a good schedule and waking up early? Having a puppy. Yeah. I just went to bed at like 11, woke up at 6.
Fine.
And you know what? I have been wanting to get up at 5 because I used to get up at 5 before we moved. And now I just get up like at 7:30 or 8. So he's done wonders for my schedule.
Yeah, I just feel bad because our apartment is so tiny and like I'm not there. Like I'm pretty much only there to eat breakfast and to sleep and like dinner.
Why do you feel bad?
I feel bad just leaving the poor fella there all day.
If you were to get a puppy.
Yeah, if I was to get a puppy.
Oh, I don't want. And yeah, I'm not saying actually get a puppy. I was just kidding. But yeah, no, that for sure. The only reason it works out, and I think the reason I'm like, it's easy is because I work from home.
Yeah, you do it. You're
I'm home
here
all
all
the time. I'm like able to do that because if we went if I had to go to the office like I did before, then yeah, I can't even imagine. That's why I got a cat, because he's self-sufficient.
Yeah. Just passive aggressive.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else going on in life.
All right, let's see what I watched. I don't remember. I always forget to log stuff too.
I could never.
I watched
could never.
a movie. Oh, I have a couple. Two. So literally a couple. I watched a movie that I watched a while ago and I didn't realize I did, called The Tunnel. It's a found footage.
Oh yeah. Okay, I saw you review this.
It's on YouTube, actually. I didn't know it was on YouTube.
Like for free or? Mm-hmm. Nice.
And it's an Australian and found footage. I fucking love found footage. Any found footage horror film that I can find, I will watch it. And it was pretty good. It was about, a tunnel where this, it was kind of like, do you remember that movie Quarantine?
No.
I think that's what it was called.
I don't think so.
Oh, never mind. But it's basically.
Oh, yes. In the high-rise building?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where a journalist is trying to go into this tunnel that everybody's like doesn't know anything about. And like a bunch of people go missing underneath it. Because I think people that don't have didn't have homes, like they would go and live there, but then they started to go missing.
Oh shit.
And nobody was talking about it. I think the government just kind of like shut it from away and like never really did anything about it.
Swept under the rug.
So there's a monster living in there, obviously.
Mm.
Yeah, so it was interesting. I liked it. It was kind of like Mungo. And you know what? I did think
like slow too? Or?
No, it was kind of like a
like that footage, kind of found footage.
Like found footage, but also like they had interviews.
Like a documentary.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because I did see I found it from a TikTok where somebody was like, "Do you like found footage?" There's like this found footage Australian film that's really good, and I thought they were talking about like Mungo, but they were talking about The Tunnel. And I was like, "Oh, I forgot about that movie."
Nice.
Yeah. So that was good, and then I saw another movie called Worth, and I feel like I don't know why this movie it feels like it was made in a fucking like in secret, and nobody is talking about it. Because the reason I watched it is because it was on Netflix, just like trying to find something to watch. And when I was going through, I saw Stanley Tucci and I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
and then Michael Keaton, and I was like,
yeah, on the poster. I see it right here. I'm looking at it.
And so I watched it because I read the like synopsis, and it was basically a lawyer that after 9/11, and I'm assuming it recently came out because yesterday was 9/11, that they basically, how when an event like that happens, family members, it's like life insurance, right? Where family members they give them money from like a set amount that Congress gives them or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Because a ton of people died, and a lot of people that they were obviously at work. And so their families are just like, can you imagine right now, just like cutting one income from your entire life, and you're like, well, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just like out of nowhere. So that's what that's for, is that they Michael Keaton plays a lawyer that's trying to determine what their lives were worth. And so he's trying to figure out an algorithm, and it is an interesting concept, but I feel like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he does that. I think he did it pro bono. So, and he had done it, and they said he had done it like for other cases. And then afterwards they showed how many he did after, like he did the BP oil spill, that Malaysian flight that went missing. Like
what a guy
does this all the time. And it was interesting, but I feel like they played a lot on the like personal stories and emotion, and which I really liked, but I also wish they would have went more into the like technical aspect of it. Like they talked about it a lot, but I don't know, like a movie like The Big Short, like that one, I feel like, I don't know, I think I'm too dumb to understand fully like what happened, but I still am like, oh, well, they gave me a lot of information that I feel like I can understand. And this one, I think they just tried to just go with the theory of it and like determining a life's worth, but they never really asked any sort of like interesting questions.
Solid.
Yeah, I don't know. It was also kind of boring, which kind of sounds fucked up for a movie that's about 9/11 to say that, but
Could have used more action.
yeah, I don't know. It was
Well, it's kind of like the aftermath, right? So
yeah, but they did have the one part I did like that was super emotional is that whenever they were trying to, so basically their dilemma is they're trying to get people to sign up for their lawsuit or for their, I think that's what it was. I don't know. I don't really. And so people like the families had to come in and like interview with them so they can give personal stories. And so they showed a lot of clips of that. And that was really sad.
Are they like real clips?
Oh, I'm sure that it was from like real
stories,
transcripts, but it was actors that were telling the stories.
I see.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you want to learn more about like what happened after that,
interesting.
Because that is true. I mean, they don't really have a lot of movies that deal with stuff like that. Like not only the people that died, but what their families had to go through.
Yeah. Wow. That is interesting.
Another thing too that was in the movie, and I wish they would have touched on this more too, but I guess maybe this is not what the movie was trying to like get into. But there was at the time, obviously, same-sex marriage was not legal. And so there was a lot of partners that they didn't get anything. Because still to this day, they didn't get anything because their relationships were not
like legally.
They were not actual marriages
in the eyes of the law.
And so it went to parents. And obviously there's some, the one that they showed, the parents, you know, they said the guy was like obsessed with him and he wasn't actually with, you know, they were just like assholes. And so they were like, he's not his partner. And so it's kind of up to the discretion of the parents who hate that he was gay. So they were like, no, he's not getting anything.
Wow. That's like, there's like so many different implications of like, wow.
And I think still to this day, those people didn't get anything.
That sucks. 20 years.
I know. And so can you imagine I mean, this is something that, well, you know, the whole like never forget thing, but like that is such a rough thing to have to think about all the time.
Just like salt in the wound.
I'm sure, I mean, living with that is already enough, but to have like.
Yeah. Just piling on. Wow. That sucks. Yeah.
Sorry, downer. What did you watch? We'll bring it up with Malignant because I cannot wait to talk about the movie.
I haven't had a whole lot of time. So the only movie that I watched, well, one of my classes was canceled. Batman Forever.
Oh, yikes.
Not yikes.
Is that the one?
Not yikes.
Who's that? Who's in that one?
That's Jim Carrey.
Who's Batman? Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer is Batman in that one. That's it's like way more campy than I remember. Like so neon. It's like, I think in the review I put, it's like straight from the Batman Beyond. Like that's what it reminded me of. It looked animated. Like it was so animated. And
that's what works for DC though. Like the movies, like their two best movies, Birds of Prey and what is it called? Suicide. I almost said Justice League. Suicide Squad. Those movies are like insane.
Yeah, and I think that's like it was definitely like that for the time. Jim Carrey is perfect. I just kept on because I was talking about it with mom and dad, and they said they saw an interview with Tommy Lee Jones how he just hated Jim Carrey because he's like, you're too childish. You're like, I can't deal with this. You're too childish.
I can't imagine him liking anybody.
That's true. His character's funny. He has Two-Face in it. But it was just nice to revisit it because I haven't seen it in so long. It's just nice to like not think and just. I had no expectations. Yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia for me. Like, because they have Robin in it, the Dick Grayson. Like introducing him is funny.
I think that's the wrong Robin though. That casting is weird to me.
I don't know. He's okay. Because I read some interviews with Val Kilmer on just like how terrible the bat suit was. I was just reading all like everyone who's like Tommy Lee Jones hated being Two-Face. I don't know how Jim Carrey felt about.
Well, he didn't
being
really
the
have. He
Riddler.
just had a costume, didn't he?
Oh yeah, there was some prosthetics towards the end. Like his face gets like melted. It's so
I
funny.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie in so long.
Yeah, I didn't know Drew Barrymore was in it. I forgot that she was in it.
Oh. Playing who?
I'm pretty sure it's Drew Barrymore. Yeah, Drew Barrymore. She's one of like Tommy Lee Jones's like goons. Like she works for him.
Interesting.
I was like, this is weird.
Why are you here?
Yeah. But I enjoyed it. I like the Batmobile. The scene where I don't know when the last time you've seen it is, but when he takes the Batmobile, Dick Grayson, the Robin, takes the Batmobile downtown and like fights some guys, and like there's a bunch of neon stuff, like black light stuff. Like I don't know. I like the movie.
Okay. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I was just like, oh yeah, that happened. I forgot about that. Like the whole when he puts the suction cup on Tommy Lee Jones's face, and then do you know like the whole premise of the movie?
No.
It's weird that like Jim Carrey is the Riddler, and he's like essentially sucking the like brainwaves, like the brain power of all of Gotham.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Is
Good
that
movie.
what the Robert Pattinson one's gonna do?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it? So we watched the trailer for it, and who is in that? Because I know the Penguin is played by what's his face.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, weird casting, but okay.
Nah.
And then weird casting because he doesn't look anything like himself. Like, what's the point of that?
Oh yeah.
And then is the Joker in that one, or is it the Riddler?
It's the
Paul
Riddler.
Dano's in it, right?
Paul Dano is the Riddler.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna have the Joker in him, right? In him.
I'm in it. I don't know what-
Different movie.
Completely different movie.
No, that is gonna get
That's the
4 or 5
Batman.
stars. I thought the Joker would be in it.
I don't think so.
I think he will be. I think he's gonna show up.
They don't have him on the cast list.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna.
They have Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
Oh, I forgot about her.
Jeffrey Wright is Commissioner Gordon.
Who's doesn't he have like a butler?
Oh, Alfred?
Who's Alfred? Because I think I heard his voice in it, but I didn't know. I couldn't remember who it was.
I don't know who Alfred is. Oh, Andy Serkis.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good Alfred.
Yeah. He wouldn't be a bad Batman, Andy Serkis. I don't think.
I think.
I think.
I think he'd be a good he'd be a good Penguin.
Oh, yeah, he
He's
would
just
be.
a good
Good guy.
character.
Just a good guy.
I heard he's a good guy, but who knows? All right. Do we want to talk about John Mulaney? No, I'm just kidding.
Did you watch the interview? With
Yeah,
Seth Meyers?
I did.
It was like, well, first it was long. I didn't realize it was going to be that long.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I was mostly kidding because everybody like on my For You page is just John Mulaney. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like, it is an interesting, I guess,
an interesting timeline.
story. Or yeah, the timeline was weird. But no, I was just joking. We don't.
The one thing I saw the Twitter thread of, because they found people were stalking Olivia Munn and they saw.
Oh, she said hope you do, or no, yeah, you say it.
Like I don't remember exactly what it said.
You got this.
You got this.
Oh, it was when he came out of. I think it's when he announced
rehab.
that he was, or when it was circulated that he was coming out of rehab.
Yeah, it was like it was basically like people were saying it was like a manifestation, so they were like
they're quoting it, right?
Yeah, but like saying the same thing, but replacing John Mulaney with like, you know, things they want.
Andy Serkis.
Wishing you the best. Prayers.
You
and
got
love.
this.
You got this.
No, I don't want to talk about him.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Last movie. I didn't even log this. I need to log this movie.
Oh yeah.
I watched Vacation Friend. Did you watch it?
I didn't have a chance to watch it. I'll decide on whether or not.
Bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's like not even funny. It's like a weird concept too. So well, I won't say.
I know the concept. I've seen the trailer.
I haven't even heard anything about it. And it was just, I hated it so much with a passion. And then so I watched it and I was like, why did he pick this movie? And I don't know if he picked it for this reason. But, just watching it, minding my own goddamn business. And like halfway through it, King Batch was there. And I was like, what the fuck? I should have called you because I was like, you little shit.
The visceral reaction you had.
Yeah, I did have because I watched it well ever. Oh my God. I'm like, I can't even fucking talk. I'm so angry. I just see red right now. Because I was watching it whenever I was home with the puppy. And man, you're lucky that puppy was there because I would have fucking punched the wall.
That's so funny. I honestly had no idea who was in it.
Oh,
but
I thought you saw him in the trailer and you're like, yeah, I'm going to make her watch this.
I don't even remember.
Holy shit. I was so mad.
Was he like a pivotal character? Or is he just kind of like...
Yeah, I mean, well, not pivotal, but towards the end, he's like...
He's got some like...
Yeah, he's got some parts in it. Man, it was so cheesy too. Like, it's a good movie for people that like, bad movies, I guess. No, I mean, it's kind of like what am I trying to say? Like not a Lifetime movie. I don't know. I guess it is like a direct to streaming, like that kind of movie where it's just like Hulu did make this, but they didn't like their budget was probably just getting John Cena.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Now I kind of want to watch it.
It's so bad. So bad.
King Batch. I hope he's doing good.
We can talk about it more when you watch it. I hope he's doing good. I hope he's not. I hope he never gets another job ever. No, I'm just kidding.
That's for you, King Batch.
I don't know why I hate it. Like, I have such a visceral reaction when I see his face. Because I think that's what happened where they weren't even like alluding to him. He just showed up. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Surprise. I just think of every time I see King Batch, I think of that Vine he did where he does like a flip on a wall and he's like stealing a purse from someone or something. I don't know. I just think of that one. And it's like,
it should be in his contract every time he goes on to like any sort of movie or role or whatever that, that sound that Viners use all the time. Yeah. As soon as he shows up, they should have that.
They should.
I will never get over the fact that he was in the first To All the Boys I Loved, like that movie. He was in the first one playing a high schooler. What kind of like when he showed up in that one, I was like, so I have to suspend my disbelief, like my belief, like this far.
Where King Batch is back in high school. The king is back.
Everybody's talking about Dear Evan Hansen. Nobody's talking about that.
A King Batch.
I cannot wait to see Dear Evan Hansen. That's gonna be so fucking funny. It's probably gonna be scarier. No, I was gonna say it's probably scarier than Malignant. Maybe at the end of the movie he'll like pull his face apart and it'll be an actual teenager.
Yeah. It was there all along. You were all wrong. That rhymed.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good note to end on for the break. I'm ready.
You don't want to do the...
Oh, let's do it. Yeah.
I have some paper if you want.
I'll just go raw in life. All right. My person is Steve Carell.
All right. Mine is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Okay. Go that person. Oh, well, yeah, we'll do 5 minutes on the clock. I forgot that we do that.
Oh, sorry. I already started.
5 minutes on the clock. Let's go. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Oh, we did it with 2 minutes and 46 seconds to spare.
I can go first.
Go for it. Hopefully I don't lose mine.
Oh, you go first because I wrote mine down.
Sorry, I didn't mean to I wasn't trying to say that to be like,
no, you can go.
Hopefully I don't forget mine. Okay. So Steve Carell. Damn it. Okay, The Rock was in... Oh, no, okay. Steve Carell was in Anchorman.
Full title?
Fuck. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy?
I think so. That's what I wrote
We'll
down.
look it up. With Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell is in Get Hard with Kevin Hart. and Kevin Hart is in Jumanji: The Next Level with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Why did you pick the sequel?
I don't know if there's a subtitle for the first one. I just remember it, like, as I was saying it, I remembered that it was The Next Level.
I think there is.
Because it's the next level.
I thought you were like, oh, because somebody is in that movie that wasn't in the first one, but nope, he's in both.
They're in both.
Oh man.
I was Welcome to the Jungle as the first one. I couldn't remember that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have remembered that.
I'll look up to see if Anchorman is indeed the legend. Yeah, the legend of Ron Burgundy.
Oof. You're gonna be mad.
You wait, we had the same one or?
Same, but I did it in less. I didn't use Jumanji, The Next Level. That you're gonna be mad because you know this. All right. Steve Carell is in Anchorman, and I wrote it fully if you want to see The Legend of Ron Burgundy with Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell is in The Other Guys with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh no! Wow, that's good. That's a fair fight right there.
I thought we were gonna have the same exact one, and then you kept going and you used Jumanji, The Next Level.
That's all my mind thinks of is Jumanji.
Welcome to the Jungle. What a stupid. Just call it Jumanji.
Well, the first one is not even Jumanji. It's okay.
What the hell? What is going on?
I don't know, man.
Oh my god. Okay.
So what am I watching?
I didn't pick anything. Let me see.
Why did I forget The Other Guys? That's so annoying.
Maybe if you had had another second, you would have remembered it.
Nah, I think my mind was so set on Get Hard.
Get Hard. Oh yeah, I forgot you said that. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
they're like the main characters, those two.
Do you know what happens in the game? Did you ever look it up?
No.
All right, I want you to finish it.
The game. Michael Douglas.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I think you'd like it.
All right.
How it goes. If you like, because this one is kind of, it's good for this kind of movie because, you know, this one, it goes like insane and you're like, what? And that one kind of does
Malignant.
the same thing.
Right.
Not
okay.
as insane as this one goes, but it's good. It has a good ending.
Okay.
So just finish that and we can talk about it.
Solid. That sounds good.
All right. Let's hit the break and talk about one of the best movies I've seen this year.
Yeah, let's do it. Malignant. We'll see you.
Madison is paralyzed by shocking visions of grisly murders, and her torment worsens as she discovers that these waking dreams are in fact terrifying realities in Malignant. Directed by James Wan, written by James Wan. Well, no, story by James Wan and Alika Cooper and Ingrid Bisu, and it's written by Alika Cooper and Ingrid Bisu, starring Annabelle Wallis, Maddie Hassan, and George Young.
Critics gave it a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 6.3 on IMDb, and then I didn't even look it up on Letterboxd. But what did you give it?
I think I gave it a 3.
You gave it a 3. It has a 3.2 on Letterboxd, and I gave it a 2.5.
Fair. I think 75% on Rotten Tomatoes is like perfect. Because I feel like most of that, I don't know. The thing I kept thinking about, I guess, at the top is just like, I can't like come to terms if it's a good movie or not, but I also don't know if I care, you know?
Right.
Because it just was such a fun, even watching it, I wish I saw it in theaters, and Sebastian didn't finish it because we went to sleep, but I kind of want to take him to go see it. And I just want to experience other people experiencing that ending.
I would probably recommend it.
Okay,
No,
how
yeah,
was it for you? Well, I don't know if I guess we can just jump around. I don't know if you want to get straight to the ending, but it starts off. It's just like a weird, perfect James Wan movie. I'm very excited. I remember that's why I told you, right, about like when we first watched it, or when we first picked it.
It felt
you didn't even want to pick it. You little shit.
I did not. I was like, this looks so dumb.
It looks so bad. The trailers don't do it justice. But I honestly applaud them for that, because I don't know how you would have done a trailer otherwise. And I think they did it without giving it away.
Yeah, because they made it seem, I mean, the entire movie, or for a majority of it, you're like, there's like some, I mean, I guess there is some supernatural aspect to what is actually happening, but you think, I thought she was like getting possessed or something.
Yeah, and I was like, this is kind of not that interesting.
Some possession, some like, just straight up run of the mill demon type stuff.
I do remember when I realized what was going to happen, or when I realized what the ending was.
Well, so I immediately, all right, first I thought it was demon. Then I thought it was possession.
Wait, Sebastian.
Then it happened.
Don't listen to this part. He's not even listening. I don't want him to get spoiled.
Yeah. So, and then, when her sister was at the, I mean, when we find out, it's like when I was like, oh shit, this is crazy.
I knew whenever, the cop like actually like interacted with it, and I was like, it's backwards for a reason,
right?
But I did not think they would do what they ended up happening. Like, I just didn't expect that. But yeah, I guess we can talk about the faking out of it, because it does perfectly what I really want to do. You know how this whole like, starting out as like a family drama or a rom-com and then turning into something like fucked up.
Right.
But this one did it marketed as a regular, horror film, run of the mill, like Insidious kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then it just fucking turned. And I think that's genius to like, and honestly, I'm kind of upset I never even thought of that, to like turn the concept that I had and to put it on the actual genre, like to be like, this is a horror film and we're not, shying away from that. And especially because people are going to, they're buying tickets to see that. And I feel like with my movie, people would be really upset.
Yeah.
But with that movie, it's honestly, I think that's what did it justice, or that's what did really well for it, is that people that want to see horror films or just want to see what James Wan does are just going to see it anyways, which is what I came in doing. And then it just like, the reward is so...
It's so crazy.
Fucking insane.
Well, yeah, let's just get into it, because I feel like we're just beating around the bush. So, homie got Voldemorted. Like,
imagine using what happened in the Sorcerer's Stone and being like, yeah, but we're going to fuck that shit up.
We're going to take it and run with it. Because...
And they kind of allude to it. I feel like towards the end, they start to like, I think people say like just the last 30 minutes is really where everything goes down. And towards that, they like work their way really steadily up to it.
Well, like the beginning kind of like, it seems out of place, because you're like, why are we seeing this? Like, we think it's...
I thought I put on the wrong movie.
Yeah, because it's like the surgery happening, or it's like you're at the psychiatric hospital or whatever. But holy shit, once we actually see it in like the footage of the like chicken wing on her back, it's like
chicken wing. Oh man, I don't even, or even just, the first reveal, I think I want to work our way up to the police station, because
the police
I think the scene where the holding cell, we're working our way to that, because holy shit.
Yeah. Okay.
But, that's the first time in a while that I've gasped out loud. I'm surprised I didn't wake up Sebastian, because I was truly like, what the fuck?
What's happening?
But the part that truly, I was like, oh, this movie is getting really good, because I was honestly really bored throughout the beginning, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
A little bit, yeah.
But then whenever I think she, had the whole like hypnosis thing, and I was like, okay, like what? And then the girl dropped through her ceiling, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Fucking genius. And then I was like, okay, maybe maybe it is plausible that he found her house and he's just like in her roof, and they do a good job of him like being able to communicate through. I don't understand that part. Him being able to communicate
that's what
through
I was saying.
technology.
The like supernatural part. I just
but
feel
honestly,
like,
I don't care.
I think it was probably just for the misdirection.
Which it does it well. Like usually misdirection, it's really annoying when you figure out what actually happened and you're like, what was the point of that? But honestly, I'm glad it happened. And the way he looked whenever they revealed
because
what he looked like, I was like, what is going on?
You kind of see his face, Gabriel's face, like pretty early in the movie, but you don't know. It's like you just see like a mangled.
You don't
face.
see her. Yeah, you just see something like fucked up. But I was gonna say something.
I should have known earlier when she kept on waking up and her head was bleeding, and the pillow was bloody. I just thought it was like residual from when her husband just like rocked her.
Yeah, and especially because she didn't do anything about it.
Yeah,
I think we should have been like, oh. Or
maybe, do you think it was Gabriel that was like telling her not to do anything, that she was fine?
No, I think that she knew that there was nothing she could do, or if she went to the hospital, that they would have found that there's fucking something living in her fucking head. And then, the thing that surprised me too, because like I said, so whenever I realized, I was like, oh, I think it's in her head, was whenever she killed the person whenever Gabriel killed the person in bed. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, because the way he was stabbing him, it was just really strange. And it looked like somebody backwards. And I was like, oh, he's probably attached to her. But when they had the reveal of what he looked like, I was like, oh,
they're going the jail
for
cell?
it. No, like whenever she played the tapes.
Oh yeah.
And they showed that. And like you said, the little like chicken wing thing. I was like, oh dehydrated shit, okay.
The kid or the lady from SpongeBob, the chocolate lady. So it looked
just attached to her fucking spine.
Yeah, just with arms though. It's so funny. I was like, because I was with my friend Ricardo, I was like, what is happening? He was like, I don't know, man.
Was there other people in the theater?
Yeah, there was a couple, but no, like, it was pretty quiet. It was a late showing though. It was like, I saw it at 11:30.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. So the sister like finds these tapes while she was arrested and in the holding cell. And while she does that, and we like figure out what's happening, and that they had some surgery to like take him up, but they shared a brain, so they had to like basically shove him into her skull, which is wild.
Gnarly. Which is also scary for Gabriel.
Yeah. But it said that whenever he like the guy like pushed her into the wall, that's what woke him up. So I'm assuming he just like
deep sleep or something.
Yeah.
But he was still talking to her.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was just dormant.
Well, maybe because that was when she was a kid. So maybe when she grew older and her like.
She became like stronger, I guess.
Maybe. But okay. And then we get to the last 30 minutes. And she's in a holding cell with all these people. And they like start beating her up, which I'm like, I don't know how plausible that is. Like, where they would just start beating her up for no reason. But I mean, I don't know.
Go to jail, find out, see what happens.
I guess. I don't know. And then I don't know how to even describe this.
It's like that part of the movie where you're like, oh shit, you gotta readjust because it's getting real.
Yeah, and like you truly don't know what's happening. And then she stands up and she turns around and she fucking like just pulls her fucking skull apart. And you see him.
They're just like, and then the noise, it's like it sounded like a TIE fighter kind of. Because that's just like just the scream. I'm trying to think of a little bit like an Alien when the face crawler.
Alien's a good comparison. And he just starts killing. Okay, but the way he kills those women is fucking like gnarly.
I told my friend Ricardo, I was like, how the hell is Gabriel running on inverted controls? And he's doing like way better than he's more coordination than I'll probably ever have in my life. And
the funniest fucking visual in my life is just her face, just asleep. And just
Just
while
getting
he's doing
tossed
all this
around.
shit, her face is just because you can't. Everything is all red and bloody, so you can't really see if he has a face or any. I think you just see like
You
eyes
see an
and
eye
shit.
and some like a little mouth.
But we see her face fully, and it's so fucking.
Yeah, because
funny.
once the reveal, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna show her face.
They just went for it. I truly didn't think they would do that.
It was gnarly.
Like I thought would happen was like the sister would find out and that, they would show like his face or something. I didn't think they'd have a whole fucking fighting scene of him throwing chairs at the fucking police. And
that was okay.
the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life was him throwing a chair at them for no reason. And then they just knocked to the floor and that's it.
There was no reason. Like he like wound up for it, like spun, just woof. The scary part for me was when, because I hate body horror. It just like I felt it in my skull when Gabriel started like cracking her, like dislocating her elbow so like he could move that way, and just like cracking all this shit. But the way Gabriel was killing was mad props to you, man, because that was like very
next
impressive.
level shit.
Just like so effective.
Very cool weapon too that he fashioned out of a statue.
It was just
stupid
moving
statue to give somebody to or award or whatever it was
with like a functioning knife.
Yeah, what the fuck? Well, what's a non-functional knife?
Like a butter knife. Like I guess you could kill someone with a butter knife, but like that's like a dagger. Straight up. That's like here's a weapon. I don't know. It just like seems weird to be on a trophy.
I also, you know what too? So they did all that crazy shit. And I was surprised about how well he almost killed he killed the mom for sure. And then he almost killed the sister and he was like pissed about that. I thought their birth mom, I thought he killed her.
No, okay. We'll get there. I want to talk about the police station fight because Gabriel was so fluid with those movements and like they had the worst aim ever.
Yeah.
But the funniest part, and I should have given this movie higher for it. It's because they're at the police station and one of the like I don't know, she's like a desk person. She's like after Gabriel throws the chair, she's like, "Oh, I was gonna call the police, or do I call the police?"
Oh yeah, yeah. What do you do? I mean, they're all fucking dead.
Got killed like so quick.
You know what scared me too? What the creepiest part for me was when the person in the evidence room when she was just waiting. Oh, was it? It was her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but that was also fucking terrifying.
Yeah, and he just suited up.
Suited up. Redford, that's such a great outfit.
Yeah, the like
I saw somebody was
the Matrix coat.
You see the thing where somebody photoshopped Keanu Reeves' face on his?
No, that's perfect.
And I was like, yeah, he looked familiar.
And I think it felt so like visceral is because it was like quiet. Like there was gunshots, but like
no music,
there was like no music, like nothing that I remember, and like
James
not that many screaming.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Oh. Bless you. That was insane.
He sneezes a lot. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, he's good with music. Or like when to use it, when to not, how to use it. He's really good with that.
Yeah.
Good action too.
Yeah.
I didn't realize people pointed out that he went from Aquaman to this and they're like amazing that he used his Aquaman money to make this. So funny. And then somebody else was like, who greenlit this? And I was thinking, man, if I was a studio head and somebody just even like explained this to me, I'm like, yeah, 100% you're making that movie.
100%.
I just want to fucking see it. Like, I just want to see what you do. Because honestly, that's such a interesting like villain, or I guess like scary. Well, not a villain, like a monster to have. That's so interesting.
A supernatural tumor that.
Yeah, and it's so scary to think of. Yeah, and then he almost like kills the sister, and he's like really pissed.
Well, he thinks that he did.
Oh, the sister?
He thinks that he shot the sister, killed the mom.
Oh, yes.
But that's when she's like, like you can like make me see shit. I can do the same thing. And he's like,
puts him in a jail.
Puts him in a jail.
Love that ending because I was like, oh, to me, maybe this is dark, but I was like, oh, she's just gonna kill herself. Like that's what I thought. Like that's
easy solutions to that problem.
That's what I was like. How else are they gonna like end this? Like I feel like that's the only way. And I thought they were gonna have, like kind of a moment where when she's dying, her sister, like, has her, they have like a connection or whatever. But I like this ending so much more. I love the ending. I think it's such a good idea. And especially because I'm like, oh, I never would have even thought of that.
It's so weird that she just like can control her skull. It's just like, we're closing now. Like a clam. She closed her head like a clam.
That's so true. And the whole time her skull was just wide open and she was just sleeping and eating and traveling. Like she just did not give a shit.
Skull open, no cares in the world.
Nope.
The thing that I was like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, already, was when she was like, I just want to have a connection with, like at the beginning of the movie, she's like, I just want to have a blood connection to someone. But
now I don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, dumb, but hilarious movie.
Yeah, it was funny how wild it was. It was that line where she's like, who do I call? Can't call the police. Was really funny.
It's such a good time. I hope I'm excited that our generation has a movie like this, because I feel like there's so many that's like, watch like if you watch this certain movie and it's like, it's fucking weird, just like finish it. And those are always in the 80s. And now we have one where it's like, it's weird just as do it, shit. Bro. Like our kids, I can't wait to like, whenever I have kids, to show them this movie and be like just
3
fucking
or 4
wait for it.
Years old.
Yeah. Just wait. It's so fucking weird. And they're like, how did he even like people like who made this? Why did they make this? And I'm like, I don't know. And I don't fucking care.
We were cooped up in our homes for like a year.
This is what happens. The art that comes out of quarantine is Harry Potter, but fucking weirder, if you can even imagine.
Yeah. Solid movie. If you guys haven't seen it, I mean, we kind of just talked about all of it.
If it's safe to do so, go see it in the theater. If not, it's on HBO Max. And honestly, I watched it on TV and then we were about to go to bed and the puppy was like crying. And I was like, I don't want him to, his cage is right by the TV. And I was like, I don't want him to like be terrified. So I watched on my phone. And even towards the end, like after the police fight, my headphones died and I was like, watch with captions. And it's still such a fun movie to watch. Like no matter how you watch it, so good.
It ended and I just sat there with Ricardo, looked over. I was like, what do we even do now? Now that I have all this information in my brain, like, do I have a Gabriel?
Grow another person, yeah.
I slept on my face to make Gabriel on my head feel a little bit better. I was like, I don't want you to kill people, so...
I'm sorry. I don't even talk about that. But the whole like, I mean, not only does she have somebody in the back of her head, but they're also controlling her thoughts. Like, it's so funny to me. Another funny visual was the whole fight that was happening, and he's just like killing all these people, and she's just sitting in the jail cell, not saying a word. Like the fact that he can manipulate, because that's the thing that confused me whenever it was happening. I was like, that's when I was like, I bet he's on her head. And they're like conjoined twins or conjoined whatever. But I was like, but how would they do that where he's like murdering people? I don't understand.
She just like...
Or like, is he doing it at a certain time? And I don't know. I just didn't understand that. And so I think it's just such a genius thing that he was able to control her.
And absolutely slaughter
people.
I would be okay if if I had a tumor on my face or on my back of my head, as long as I like did the annoying stuff I don't want to do. Like do some laundry, like sure you kill people, but like do my homework for me.
Yeah. Or if he could be like a doctor and you're like, okay, we're gonna have a lot of money, but I don't want to be the person to make it.
You handle that. Okay.
Yeah.
I have my career, but you do yours.
Can you imagine that the Gabriel like doing surgery or like being a chef?
Just that.
Are you sure? Like Emily's fine? Like, yeah, she's sleeping. She thinks she's doing yoga. She's in Taiwan right now. She thinks she's on vacation right now. She's fine.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
What if, as a prank, they like try to, when she's asleep, they like try to feed her? You know how we used to do when you napped, whenever you had your mouth open and you put like stuff in your mouth.
Yeah, just draw on your face.
Pranks that would ensue.
Well,
she's like, Gabriel, I thought I was going grocery shopping. I didn't know I was murdering a family. What a good prank. That's so funny.
You got me. Yeah, just like contribute to my life, you know? Like if you could just edit the podcast, not that it's hard, but I'm a little behind at the moment. You can help out a little bit. That'll be cool.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if she can sleep though, or does she also have to be awake?
That's what I thought it was. I thought she was asleep and he was like, it was like a werewolf kind of situation where.
Well, he has to rest too, and it would make sense that they rest at the same time.
I
don't want to get too in the weeds about this because he can also talk through phones and radios, so I don't know. So who fucking knows?
Yeah.
All right. Solid movie. I think it's really fun.
Solid movie.
And it's a good reminder of like movies don't have to be like
make sense. They don't have to make sense.
They can just. Have you seen that meme of people making fun of that whenever the girl went to the abandoned hospital and the way she just parked and she parked right on the fucking edge?
Yeah.
They're like, why is nobody talking about this parking job?
Just like right on a cliff. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Or like of all the brave things they did in this movie, the parking is one of them. I don't know. It doesn't have to be like, you know, a Hereditary, like a think piece. It doesn't have to be all these things to be really fun. It
was really fun.
Solid movie. I loved it.
Yeah. To add this, shout out to you, James.
I have so many questions.
To add to your repertoire.
I want him to be on the podcast so bad. That's my dream get is James. I have so many fucking questions for him after this. First, how? Second, why?
Third, can I help you make the next one? Well, that would be amazing. Please.
All right. That's it for me.
Yeah, that's all I got. Fun episode. I don't know. The camera's acting weird. Some of the audio or some of the video might be cut out, but
just put that Keanu Reeves picture.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see you guys next time.
Or when I'm talking, put the picture of the girl of Emily, and then when you're talking, put Gabriel, or just put it side by side.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. That's it.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week for episode 94, I think. Or 95. I don't know.
We'll see.
Peace.
Bye.